everybody. This is Mecca from Misfit Artist. Been a while since I've done a proper video, and this one's going to be relatively chill. I'm doing a quick intro up top. But, just want to talk to you guys a little bit first. We are still working on the next episode of HitCam. Reception of the last one was great. Put out a Tonfa themed short recently and did some fun others behind the scenes stuff on the shorts and TikTok, so check it out. We're also going to be doing a lot of markets this month in October. And if you like some of our monster art, let us know which designs you like in the comments, and we want to put those up on an Etsy store for you guys to check out. So let us know which ones you're interested in buying, or if you have commission requests, comment, and we'll get some stuff sorted out. But otherwise, today's video is going to be about drawing heads, and this was basically just my warm-up before I got to some other animation stuff. This half tutorial, half just chill sketch. What I want to talk about is something that a animation teacher taught me. So this is how to draw heads for animation, not necessarily for fine illustration, fancy stuff, character design, because the core of this is that animating needs to be done efficiently, even storyboarding. You want to be able to get the pose out. And if you're spending all this time doing these guides, you're having a hard time. So this is how a lot of people want to draw a head. They make their circle, and then they start doing the cross. Which, again, there's nothing really wrong with it, but there's a lot of lines there. What you're going to see is that all these other heads, I get there very quickly with minimal guides. And basically what it is it just comes down to the cranium and then the jaw. Simplify it down. And after that, you can kind of feel out the rest of it. The first one, really sloppy, I'm not going to lie, because, this is my warm-up. This half tutorial, half warm-up. But look at it. All I have to do is erase a couple lines. That's one of the rules in storyboarding and animation that I always get taught by my teachers from college. Which, again, you pick and choose. You find what works for you, what you need to do. But, I'm not wasting time. And that is the core of it. There is so much stuff we want to do in art. Don't waste time. And you can make this work in any style. You're going to see I'm going to do some very round heads, some very angular heads, more realistic proportions, anime proportions. And I'm going to keep working on it. And like I said, I'm erasing just 3 little erases to kind of bang things out. Same thing here. And you can kind of see, if you know where your ear is, you know where your eyes are, you can kind of use that as its own guide. And if you're just drawing your ear around where the jaw and cranium connects, again, those those quick shapes you're doing are really working out for you. And again, sculpt and carve away, even that. This is already more effort than I should probably have put into them. But I was trying to be chill and just working things out. And again, I did the little cross across to get the brow line. Because that is one tip I think kind of helps. Think of your eyes with either a superhero mask. And you can kind of make it, if you make it one shape, you have a very cohesive expression, especially with the brow line. If you have one brow, if you can make them in an arc, you're going to be great. Or just make it straight across so you have that classic, deadpan, kind of look. So, and the other thing is, think about the scalp. Don't forget to give your character's forehead. That is one of the things that makes the first one I did feel so sloppy, and what makes a lot of my very early art feel very sloppy. I didn't give people foreheads. So get that scalp line in, get that hairline in, you're going to make yourself a lot more happy. And you can even kind of start building your hair up atop the head if you want to give your characters more head silhouette. This one right here, you can see I used a triangle for the jaw. And again, that's one of those things you can get into, shape language, let that determine stuff for your character. But make a very recognizable shape for it. And you can use other shapes for the head too. If you want to use a box because you're a more boxy style artist, rock and roll with that. But a classic one will be that triangle or alterations on a triangle for the jaw. Again, it makes a very recognizable shape there. Another thing is use big black or shading fills. As again, if we're thinking about storyboard or animation sketches, or you're trying to get a lot of fast stuff out, use those things to add contrast and value to your characters, but use it in those simple spots that will give a lot of pop really fast. Eyes, big black pupils will help. Big black hair, or again, throw in some other colors in there. Make it that very recognizable splash that helps pull in. You may also notice I'm using a very thick brush. that gives me a lot of expression with this. A lot of my favorite teachers, when they sketch, they use big, thick markers, like on paper. It was insane to watch. So yeah, use that. And add some of that definition between the head and the neck, or if the character has their shoulders up, their head's low, between the head and the body. It's not necessarily a hard and fast rule. None of this is really stuff you have to do, but I think that helps divide things up. Like Kingpin in the Spider-Verse style, his head's like sunken into his chest. So you need to make sure that with him in that suit, though, it divides it still. So you get that very blocky, hulky silhouette, but you still can see the head and track it. Also, again, obviously, work with expressions. When I do these warm-ups, I try to make sure that I don't do one thing over and over again. If I'm drawing too many pretty girls, I need to draw someone beat up. If I draw too many guys, I need to start drawing girls. If I draw too many angry people, I need to make someone laughing. So keep that in mind. Like, if you want to know how to get better at drawing heads, poses, anything, just keep trying different stuff. It's going to help you so much. And different hairstyles even. Like, give someone just a shaved head or nothing on there. And of course, if you're trying to do that upper, looking up thing, draw that jaw. Think about what you see. You're going to see that shadow or that jaw line there. So get that jaw cranked out. Another thing you'll be noticing is that this can be different styles and all, but draw that jaw a little bit away. We, as cartoonists, are exaggerating. Real people, they don't have that giant jaw jutting out, but it gives you a lot of recognizability when you're trying to draw them. So you can either draw like a nice pill head. A lot of artists are very great with that style. But I think, drawing that jaw a little farther out, giving that dimension. Because again, you have that ball cranium and then that jaw, and they have some distance between each other. So, think about how that shape rests on your neck, how it juts out of you. And of course, you have to practice the skull. What's all that flash? All that flashy flesh go on. Yeah. And again, you can use the structure of the jaw, of the skull and the face as its own guides and kind of carve it out. You want to, part of this is getting muscle memory so you can draw it right the first time with minimal guides, and not, eventually you don't want to be half sculpt away, but, do it as you do, play with the skill level you have. You're only going to get better by doing it more. And keep it loose. Again, you'll see that, even when I'm being sketchy and I'm truing up my lines, I'm not trying to put too many lines in one place. That was one of my biggest critiques I got recently, was draw with less lines, or even sketch with less lines, because the more you put down, the less recognizable that one line is going to be. So again, be sketchy, but, be decisive and bold, if that makes sense. It's hard to tell. Please comment if that needs to be cleared up, if you have questions, if you have thoughts on that. Because like I said, I'm still using a lot of lines here, clearly, and I want to get better with it still. But overall, I do think I am learning from that, and I am, like I said, one good line, or if I am throwing more lines down, is to add more definition to the first choice I made. So, yeah, hope you guys like this. If you have any questions, please comment. Ideas for other tutorials. If you're interested in what shows we're going to, maybe we'll start updating our website in a way like that. We'll make sure the website is posted below. And yeah, we're also going to be making some comics and stuff. We have comic books made for HitCam right now, so we will be getting those posted somewhere for you guys to see. So follow us, subscribe on YouTube, show this to your friends. I would love to be able to break 400. I believe we have 400 something now. I'd love to get, we're at like some 139. I'd love to see if we can get to, the 50 mark or break the next 100 mark. But either way, love doing this. I want to get back into full longer videos here soon. We are doing more parodies and fan art stuff though, and that's a lot of fun. So just find that balance. May do another updatey vlog video here soon because lots of stuff's going on, but lots of tutorials coming soon too. Well, either way, just happy to be here. Look at that skull. Bye.